G'day, and welcome to the Inforunners. I'm Execute, joined today by Algared. How you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, very well.
We're coming with a bit of bad news. There's been big hacks going on this weekend during the free fly. Me and Algared
They
just did
have.
like a little PSA video to get out on Twitter and get the word out because I think
Mhm.
they deliberately planned this, and I think they deliberately did it on the weekend because they knew CIG was going to be away, and I think
Or,
they'll,
or, or they knew the majority of CIG weren't going to be around.
yeah,
Like there might be one or two, but it's
yeah. So we just wanted to go through what they've been doing, some of the things that have been happening,
mm,
and basically, if you want to play it really safe, I would just stay off Star Citizen until the free fly is over. Obviously, you guys will be seeing that we're recording this on what would be your Saturday, and so you'll probably see this on the Monday. So this might all already be over by then. But yeah, we did put a PSA out
mm.
on X and Twitter just now, so the word can get out there. But we're not the only ones, so we're just trying to help. Right. With that, then, if we kind of move over to the browser, we'll talk about this
Mm-hmm.
first one because I thought this was kind of scary to me. This is just some of what's happened to some people. So I'm just going to read this one out real quick. It basically said,
Mm.
he hasn't titled it very well, but I saw some discussion about hacking increasing presence recently, but I thought we might have just been a one-off encounter. So we went to gather all the mats to redeem a Wicklow Polaris. So that's like, if you've done a Wicklow Polaris, that is a heap of work for an org for a couple of weeks to do. That is a shit ton of stuff. And as soon as we approached Everest with the 15 million plus materials in a crate to collect the last bit from the cellar, with my ship actively flying and all, I got hit by the gear strip hack exploit WTV, black screened and pinned inside the station without even making it out of the hab before another blick screen hit him, and all the effort collecting the mats just went down the drain. So you can imagine that in an org, all that stuff that you've collected over weeks. I would, my computer would be held across the room. Don't know about you, Aaron, but I would not be in a happy place.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be in a happy place, and yeah, it is frustrating. I think when you hear of a hack, the best thing to do is to avoid the area completely. Don't log in. Don't because you're just putting yourself at risk. But yeah, I'd have been chased.
Yeah. So yeah, I again, using free accounts to hack people. They're going to be very cautious going forward now.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I don't think any of us needed this for the hack potential, but we definitely didn't need it because it's going to slow down the development of the game now. If they've got to pivot to block hackers,
Yep.
you're just taking time away from development, so it's not good for anyone. That said, a positive outtake would be, because they're hacking before the game comes out, at least they can seize these exploits and fix them. That
Yeah.
is a positive takeaway, but it's not very much for Cocoa
It's not.
Noodles
It's not.
here.
It's not positive for people who have lost so much there.
Mm,
But the bonus is, as you said,
mm,
the fact that you've got hacks happening now, CIG will hopefully be able to nip them in the butt.
yeah.
The sad thing is, I think that the people who are doing the hacks are actually part of our community,
Mm-hmm.
and that sucks to know that there are actually slime balls out
Well,
there who have done this,
we don't know
and
where.
it sucks.
Yeah, we don't know where they're coming from, but and I don't mean to say this to racially profile people, but being an Australian, when you play games, you deliberately don't play on the Asian servers because they're notorious for hacks and they get
Mm.
games a lot cheaper than us. Now, I'm not saying that's the case that's happening here with Star Citizen, but as soon as you get free accounts, you can see where the hacking has come from. So I'm not saying it's coming from Asia, but I'm pointing out in Asia they get cheaper games, and that, again, because this weekend of free hacks, I cannot unsee the similarities. It just seems to be very
Mhm.
um, planned, and they deliberately waited to the weekend for it to happen. Like they knew they were going to be able to cause the most amount of damage on the weekend,
Mm.
and they're probably going
And
to
I
filter it through several free accounts, and then filter it off back to themselves, and then be sitting there driving around in 7 or 8 different Wicklow Polarises or whatever they
yeah,
want.
and it does suck,
Mm.
and I think they, like you said, I think they really did pick the weekend because they knew the majority of CIG weren't going to be around.
Yep.
So they wouldn't be able to jump on it as quick.
Mm.
And that's part of what tells me that the people who are doing this are they know what's going on in the game. They know the community. They know what's going on, and so yeah, I just think it's global.
But I actually experienced this next one myself. I was with an org. They just finished an event where we were all kind of hanging out, kind of debriefing, winding down, all that type of thing. But what actually happened, and there's another one here. So this didn't just happen on one server either. This happened on multiple servers where we thought it was a bomb that went off. Like someone had somehow put an A2 bomb or something into the station, because everyone in the Discord got incapped and then died. We went, oh, that's kind of weird. Anyway, when we respawned, it happened to the entire server in multiple places, like Pyro, Stanton, all over the place. The only people that didn't seem to be affected were people that were in warp. Yeah, basically, yeah. Just and then and the thing is, after it happened, it had then happened straight away again. So literally, like, they killed people and then they killed us all again. And it was really, really, really strange to know that someone can now affect the in-server in such a way that they kill everyone. And it was really weird because everyone kind of went incapped and then died. So I don't know how they're doing it. Maybe they're changing the gravity or something on the fly, cutting oxygen or just causing damage. But yeah, it's kind of scary how it's happening. Yeah, there's some, and I have heard some horror tales of some videos out there that there are full like menus of hacks that people can select and stuff like that. So I'm a little worried because it doesn't make you want to play. Like they're putting all these things into the game this year, Algared, to kind of encourage you to do missions and persistence and all this type of thing and keep those items. But why would you want to do any of that when you can now lose them?
Yep. But even at the moment, you know, I will often go around in the white suit. You know, the standard after you've died suit. You know, the one that often everyone's lying around. I'll wear that 9 times out of 10, just to be on the if I lose my stuff, I'm not going to lose anything I care about. But it almost seems like that's what you need to do just to avoid being a victim of a hack. Yeah. And that sucks.
So you can already see this one's already up on the at the time when I grabbed this, almost already 100 people that have done the same issue. There's people that have already flagged it as duplicate. So there's it's hit a lot of people. And dying, not so bad. I was at a station when it happened to me, so I didn't really lose anything. But I can imagine, you think about that, an entire server, and you think about the times the game has crashed for you.
Yep.
And you've done that not just to one person, you've done that to an entire server. It's different if the server crashes, but when you're deliberately causing it, that's too much power in one person's hands.
And if they're doing it so they can somehow strip items from people, as in the first case, that's a concern.
Yeah.
You know, to suddenly find, everyone's dead and my special items are gone.
So Volson here has actually uploaded a video of it. I haven't actually watched this, I just noticed it. So let's see if we can. I was similar to what, that's like that. Yeah. Now it's happening over and over?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. Yep, I think that kind of sums it up. That's not exactly what happened to me, but very similar. but yeah, this is on multiple servers now, both European and USA. I've seen it on. So yeah. Yeah, if it's happened to you, kind of sucks. I don't know what else to say. It's just I didn't think we'd ever see this type of thing in Star Citizen. And as I said, I don't know why they're doing this. Like, are they doing it for financial gain or whatever? But again, you've got to look at it as anyone that's got a sensible head on their shoulders. This is going to hurt the game because it's going to slow down development. If they've got to stop to fix hacks.
Yeah, it's in a sense, like, it's a good thing, as we were saying, because it means the game's not live.
Yeah.
We're going to get a wipe, and all those hard-earned things are eventually going to disappear, and we're going to start fresh.
Yep.
So I'm happy for hacks to happen now before we actually go, 1.0 live, that type of thing. But it still sucks.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm happy is because it means CIG is going to find these and they're going to fix them.
Yeah.
But it does mean, as you said, they've got to pivot from other things to repair that. Now, fixing this is a quality of life aspect. It's a quality of life for every player in the game. So I expect it's going to be a high priority.
Yeah.
But, and that's what you're saying, it takes away from the development of the other things that we're looking forward to, things like scanning and builds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, but as we're saying, it sucks. It's
I've
bad.
already lost items this year from bugs. Like, I had one of those Copian guns from Wicklow, and I through a bug lost it, and I had to go back and get it all. It was like 2 or 3 days of work, but I had to go back and do it again to get it back. It was really annoying. Now that's just one gun on one guy, but I can't imagine losing an entire org's worth of a Wicklow Polaris, like that guy stated. That is just, I'd be devastated. I've just wasted 2 weeks of my time, type of thing.
I would have probably rage quit, and as you said, some of my items would have probably got hurled across the room.
Yeah.
In just my frustration and anger, and I know that's bad. I know that it sounds bad, but just that sense of, I haven't done anything wrong. I've just been hacked and ripped off, and it's that type of nasty taste that you get. So yeah.
So I think this is more of a PSA video, and it probably will be one of our shorter videos this week. But we just really wanted to get this out to. I think a part of it is I want to get people to be aware of it, for one, but two, also know CIG will be on this, but also give them a bit of leeway because it might take them a couple of days to get it fixed. Who knows? But also going forward, if you see this shit, report it, because we're going to need to be on this and be more vigilant as a community, because we don't know the reason why these people are doing it. But obviously, it's now going to slow everything down because CIG are going to have to pivot to fix this. Again, it's the danger of a game being in a live environment. You have to fix things that pop up, and this is probably one of the biggest things I've ever seen. We've had little hacks along the way, but nothing this serious. This is
nothing this
destroys the entire game.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
Like I've got to admit, today I was fortunate. I did get in game today. I played about 4 hours today, but I actually went in the PTU. Haven't done that for ages. Today I had to say, I'll do the PTU today, and so I've just been in PTU. But one day I didn't go in live this week, so yeah.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Go in the PU. Play the PU while you can't get in live, because PTU, the live's going to be hacked. Nothing in the PU is permanent, but you can test out the new stuff that's coming. It is open to all at the moment. That's probably where I'd be going, quite honestly, at the moment. So, yeah.
And that's a bonus, because PTU helps with the testing and analytics that CIG really want to test stuff, and it helps stress test the servers, and that means that if they get more info, they're actually able to produce a better, more stable experience in live. So,
and that patch will more likely be going live this week anyway, at the end of the week, with the release of the new ship and stuff like that. So I'd expect to see that coming out fairly soon anyway. Give yourself a little bit of a preview, maybe a little bit of break from live, just because of the chaos that's going to be going on there this week.
And I've got to admit, I started doing some of the missions, and it was pleasant to actually have a feel that you're doing something that helps, the industries or the companies, and not have to fight tooth and nail or go PvP or do something just to move a bar.
Yeah.
So that was pleasant. So yeah.
You guys can obviously share your thoughts in the comments as well. I don't think there's really too much that I kind of want to ask of people on this one, other than just, you know, like, do you see the sense in like giving CIG a little bit of leeway on this one? Because obviously the other argument is they could have seen this coming, but you got to remember, if they've got to stop hacks, they can't develop. It's this one step forward, one step back, and they've got to continually keep updating the hacks as they basically, you know, it's a moving goalpost continually type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22. But
finding all the holes and plugging them is yeah.
Yeah. So I think for this one was more of a PSA. Is there anything you'd like to hear from people in the comments below?
Nope. No, just make sure if you do come across anything like this, as you said earlier, make sure you report it.
Probably
put it into the issue council. Be prepared for someone to say, "Hey, it's a duplicate," and send you somewhere else. And if they do, just get onto that one as well and just reinforce.
Yeah, it's a community effort, this one, and obviously spread the word. Give people a bit of warning. Again, by the time this comes out, it might all be sorted. We don't know, but we felt compelled to do a bit of a PSA on this one, and we did record a little short one that we put up on Twitter and just chucked it straight up
Twitter straight away. That's right.
Yeah. So yeah. All right, short and sweet this week. Yeah. Other than that, be good in the verse, I think. With that, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and thank you to everyone that went the extra mile on Patreon at the end of the video. Right. He's been Algared.
He's been Execute, and we're here. Take care.
See you, citizens. Stay safe.